Good morning.
And fear not.
Well, I wore my red shirt. You wore your green shirt yesterday.
Uh,
We could have red and green. That'd have been Christmas.
and that would have been perfect.
Well, yeah, but you wore that like
we need
gray.
to get, yeah. So we need to get like some type of list or something like that says on which clothes we should wear for this.
I'll get your mom to make that out. She's my fashion designer person, dresser person, lady.
Yeah, you get paid the big bucks for that, and I have to pick my own clothes.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. One day you might have a fashion design person like I have.
Yeah.
But listen, you mentioned this yesterday. You mentioned Christmas. Do you realize that it's only 23 days? 23 days. Listen, y'all remember, you don't remember because you weren't here, but do y'all remember when I said it's like 53 days and y'all were thinking, he's crazy, he's lost his mind, it'll never get here. Listen, it's just a few weeks away.
And not only that, but it just tends to be like the like closer we get, the longer it feels.
Oh yeah. It starts to slow down a little bit. For y'all, for your age, it does. For my age, it never quits. It just gets faster and faster. But Christmas. I want to take a little sidetrack just a minute. I won't stay here long, I promise, because I want to get to our love scripture, and it's great. But Christmas, it's God's love in the flesh, born in a manger. Just think about Christmas like that. God's love in the flesh, born in a manger. That's some good stuff. That's the awesome God. That's the awesome love that God has for us. But listen, our love scripture this morning, it comes from the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 13. Listen to this. Tear your hearts, not just your clothes, and return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger, abounding in faithful love, and he relents from sending disaster.
Gotta say, this kind of reminds me of that old saying, walk the walk, don't talk the talk. Or it's, tear your heart, not just your clothes. We may make that,
outward.
Yeah. Except we need to walk that path. We don't just need to talk about it. We don't need to just be like, oh, well, I read my Bible every day. Or, we need to actually walk that path and help other people along that way.
That's true. That's exactly right. You see, back in the time that this was written, people would, when they were grieved or when they were burdened, when they were seeking for God's direction, they would take off their clothes. They would put on sackcloth, and they would cover themselves. They would, on their head, they would put ashes, and this was symbolic of coming before God, and sometimes they would tear their clothes. They would become so grieved, so sorrowful that they would tear their clothes. And that was an outward expression. But I think you're exactly right. I think what Joel is telling us here, what the prophet Joel is telling us here, is that we need to work on the inside. We need to look at what's on the inside and take all the trash that we put between ourselves and God, tear it, remove it, and draw closer to him, to his love, because that's what this scripture is talking about, is God's gracious, faithful love. He's slow to anger. His love is faithful. It's abounding. He relents from sending disaster because he allows every person, like those billions you mentioned yesterday or the day before, because I can't remember, like you said, but the billions, that he sent his son to save. He wants every one of those to come to know his love and to experience his love. Tonight, we'll be back at 6 p.m. Wednesday night, Calvary Baptist Church. We'll be in the book of Genesis. We'll continue with our study of the book of Genesis. We'll be in chapter 26. So today, as you start this Wednesday, share the love of Jesus Christ with somebody that you come in contact with. You get that opportunity a lot at school. Listen, just the way we act, we're going to look at that a little later on this week. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But remember this too, okay?
Fear not.
Love you.